So here we are. We're going to try a general idea, see if we can figure this out. And we just want to answer a simple question. Where is the middle? That's it. We're trying to figure out where's the middle of whatever we're looking at. And we need some context now. So where's the middle of what? Well, let's take a couple of points. Let's say I had like here's a point and here's a point, and I want to find the middle between those two things. Now there's a pretty straightforward geometric construction for this. One thing that you can do, you can maybe connect these two pieces, like let's say like here. Now there's a line between them. Then the geometric construction kind of does a little crisscross wavy hand arms from both sides. And here's what we mean by that. Well, we're going to draw a circle that's going to go across halfway. And you might be asking, well, why? Why do you need to draw a circle that goes across halfway? Well, if I did a circle that was not quite halfway, let's say between these 2 points. So if I were to take a circle, here we go. Circle between 2 points, and let's say we put it there. And then I take the same circle and I put it on the other side. I still don't know exactly where the middle is. I know it's between these two things, but I don't know exactly where. But if I were to, let's say, stretch these circles, well, look at that. They kind of crisscross. It looks like they hit together right there where they kiss. And it's hard to guess where exactly that middle would be without some kind of fancy program like this one. So let's say we just had to do this from scratch. So here, we'll take all this and start over. So we'll take 2 points, draw a segment, find the middle. Well, let's guess where the middle is. Let's say it's about here, so I'm going to go a little bit past that because we got to make it big enough. And then if I go just past it, there's one circle. I'll do the same thing again on this side. So I have two circles, and look at where they kind of crisscross. There's this symmetry to them. So if I make a point here and here, and then I connect those points, let's just draw a line straight through them. There you go. There's the middle, right there, smack dab in the middle. Why does this matter? Okay, well that's easy. 2 points, piece of cake, right in the middle. But then it gets a little more complex when you say, let's try 3 points. So if I had like A and B and C, 3 points, and then we'll put another one. We think the middle is maybe, I don't know, about here or so. That actually looks a little off. But how could I measure that? Well, let's measure the distance between those pieces. So I'm going to measure the distance between these two here. And then I'll measure the distance between these two here. And the distance between these two here. Now, if it's hard to kind of see what's happening there, let's draw segments just so you can see exactly what these things are measuring. It's measuring the length of each of these lines. So there's 3 lines, and we're measuring their lengths. So I got 3.8, 3.7, 4.71. So I need to shrink the 4.71, but make the other two longer. So I'm trying to move it closer. Looks like we're getting close to 4 maybe. And there we go. It's so hard to get all these in the same place. Try to take this one down. 4.05, 4. So it's not easy. Oh, that's close. That's probably as close as I'm going to get, within about a tenth of each other. So there, that's about the middle. This point D is in between A, B, and C. But is there an easier way to do that? There is, and here we go. We're going to cheat. We're going to cheat. It's okay to cheat if it still gets you there. No, not really. And we're not really going to cheat. We're just going to do a simplified version of it. So I'm going to take a circle. There's my circle. I'm just going to put a couple of dots on the circle. And there we go, a couple of dots on the circle. And now, I don't know if you can see where I'm going with this, but I have a center to the circle, and this edge is the same distance all the way around. It's like a radius. So if I were to draw that piece there, so I got that piece there, the second one and the third one, each of those are a radius. No matter how I move them, I could spin this over here or over there, it's still going to be that same distance. And I can draw this center bigger or smaller, but all three of those stay the same. And so the idea is, what about these three distances? So let's see that one, that's 3.73. We got 3.73 and 3.73. So no matter where we move things, those numbers will stay the same. Now, I don't know if you can actually view those. I'm going to make this so you can view the font size a little bit easier. How about that? There we go. So you can see that no matter what, those numbers are the same. And then we could go, kind of interesting here. You can draw a triangle around all three of these like this. And this has a specific name, this center piece. It's the circumcenter because it's circumscribed by a circle that circles around it on the circumference. Lots of the same words there. So no matter how we move this stuff, those lines stay the same. Now here's the really cool part. So if you have a circle around a triangle and you're like, well, then how do I find this middle? Like, this one was given to me, but how do I find it? If you remember how we did the middle things before, check this out. All we're going to do is we're going to find the middle of this line, just like we did before. So if I put like a point just past the middle, like that. Let's see if I can put the point on the line here. There it is. Now we're going to do that crisscross arms, back and forth. So there's one of those crisscross arms. And then I got to copy that same crisscross arm onto the other side. And this looks like it's kind of in the middle with that. And in fact, I'm pretty sure it is. So if I were to take these two circles that are crisscrossing, let's make a point on them. So I'll make a point on these two and a point on these two, like that. And then we're going to draw a line that goes through those points. And what do you know? It looks like it goes right through this. Let's see if it still does, even if I move things around. Yeah, it does. No matter where I move this, that line goes right through there. But where on that line exactly is it? Well, here you go. Let's add the same thing we did here, but to the other side. So what we'll do is we'll put these two pieces together here, and then we'll copy that again. What are we doing? We're doing more crisscross arms to find that middle. Check that out. It looks like it's going right through it. I'm going to move this just a little bit, try to make it easier to find that middle. So we're crossing the right lines here. There we go. All right, so I'm going to put a point now on these two crisscross arms, and that'll give me the middle, just like before. And it's going to go straight through here. Hopefully. Looks like it is. There it goes. That's crazy. Now I'm going to turn off a couple of the circles just so you can see where those two lines are crossing through them. So I'm going to look at my algebra here, and I'll keep the first circle, but I'm going to turn off the other four. There we go. All right, so now you see that it's going through those crisscross right through the center. And what do we call these? Well, they make a 90-degree angle, so that means we would say they're perpendicular. And they cut this segment in half, so that would be a perpendicular bisector. So the perpendicular bisectors of each of these edges goes through the circumcenter. That makes all these three lengths the same. So pretty crazy stuff. Kind of interesting to figure out where is the middle. Now the triangles have a lot of centers. This is just one of them, but it's real interesting to see how you can find it forwards and backwards.